YouTube, we about to react to why Roddy Ricch ain't popular no more.
Now, Roddy Ricch was on top of the world just a few years ago. He had one of the biggest songs of 2020.
No cap, this was my goat, bro. I used to spam listening to Roddy Ricch, man. Came from the bottom, down below. Remember them cold nights? I was sleeping on the floor. Now you want a 4G, I know V, now they down below. Now nigga money on me, I can't count no more. Me was on the project one, couldn't get along. Now nigga got a hand out, try to get out of you home. And the finger of the phone. Now they banging my line, I ain't got time no more. And nigga started from the bottom, I'm living. Bro, I'm telling you, this fall off needs to be studying, man.
And was considered one of the most promising young rappers in the industry.
I could have rapped that whole song for you right now, man. That's how much I love Roddy Ricch.
He hasn't had a big song in a long time, and a lot of people have quietly moved on. What exactly happened to Roddy Ricch?
Bro, he shows his face now?
Isn't he popular anymore? In this video, I want to break down the rise, the fall, and what
big ass forehead
wrong for Roddy Ricch. Now, Roddy Ricch is a name or a face a lot of people recognize. Back in December 2019, he dropped his debut album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, a project that pushed him straight to the forefront of the rap game. But it was the song, The Box, that took everything to another level, dominating the charts in 2020 and turning Roddy into one of the biggest rising stars in hip-hop. But before all the fame, before The Box took over the world, Roddy Ricch was just Roderick Moore Jr., a kid from Compton with a dream. Inspired by
why they be giving niggas gummies like that, gang?
Gucci Mane, Young Thug, Roddy started rapping at just 8 years old. By the time he was 16, he was already making his own beats. At 14, he had a brief encounter with Kendrick Lamar, where he got a chance to rap for him. A moment that didn't launch his career, but left a lasting impact on his motivation and mindset.
Bro, if he was Drake, Drake was gonna put him on right then. From 14, this nigga was gonna be up from 14. Kendrick is a stingy nigga. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying.
Sharpening his sound, blending melodic flows with street influence storytelling in a way that stood out.
Cause Drake put Kendrick on. You know what I mean? Put him on, went on tour with him, they performed together. Drake always be putting niggas on, but niggas hate him because they can't be as big as him, bro. That's all I'm saying.
From the crowd. In 2017, he dropped Feed the Streets 1, a project that quietly started getting him attention in the music industry. Big names like the late Nipsey Hussle and Meek Mill caught wind of Roddy early, and it was clear he had something special. But it wasn't until the summer of 2018 that Roddy truly broke through to a wider audience. He dropped Die Young, a song he wrote the same night XXXTentacion passed away. The song served as a dedication to young artists like X and Speaker Knockers, but more importantly, it was a tribute to one of Roddy's
me too. I need to meet Drake,
man. High-speed chase around that same time. The
raw emotion and Die Young connected with people immediately,
and for the first time, Roddy was finally making real noise beyond just the West Coast. From there, his momentum only grew. An acoustic snippet of his next song, Every Season, featuring
I just been balling out every season. No, niggas gonna let them bleach.
Just a few weeks later. By the time he dropped his second mixtape, Feed the Streets 2, at the end of 2018, Roddy wasn't just an upcoming artist anymore. He was about to be one of the hottest new names in rap. The success of the mixtape led to Roddy linking up with the late Nipsey Hussle and producer Hit Boy for Racks in the Middle, a powerful track that not only honored Nipsey's real-life work ethic, but ended up winning Roddy his first Grammy for Best Rap Performance. Roddy was featured alongside Post Malone and Tyga on a song Whoa. He used that momentum and dropped Out the Mud, a street anthem that kept his core fanbase fed. But it was the song Ballin', his collab with Mustard, that really took things to another level. The song became one of the most popular rap anthems of that summer. Earning massive buzz. Big Stepper, Start With Me featuring Gunna, and Tiptoe featuring A Boogie with the Hoodie, all leading up to his debut studio album. And then on December 6th, Roddy Ricch dropped Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, and this is when everything changed for him. The project did over 100,000 in first week sales.
And then this John was so legendary, Young Boy even copied the album cover. That's how legendary bro was, bro. Bro's supposed to be at the top right now, bro. What happened to my gold, bro? Him and Polo G, bro. Polo G went on a 3-album run. 3 albums straight. Hits on 3 albums straight. Boom, 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 boom. And now my goal fell off. That's cause you wanted to compare yourself to Tupac, bro. Don't compare. Don't try and mimic. Don't try and copy no legend. Be yourself, bro. Be Polo G. And now niggas start dissing. Now they call him Piano G, bro. That's his sound, bro. He's good at that sound. Like Can I get an amen? It's your grandma can't make friend. Praying for better days. 200K on my day and that blackout. Damn, bro. Why are all my goals falling off? The only person that never fall off from all my goals is Drake. Drake's the truth, man.
An incredible number for an artist who had just broken into the scene. After dropping Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, Roddy was definitely riding high. But it was The Box that took everything to another level. And the crazy part is that The Box wasn't even a single. It was just another song on the album that had blown up organically, without a big push or a major marketing campaign.
It was TikTok that blew it, bro.
It was only after the song started catching fire that Roddy and his label capitalized on a wave. The song's weird, playful energy made it perfect for TikTok, and that squeaky ER sound went viral. It wasn't a sample that Roddy pulled from somewhere. He came up with it on the spot in the studio.
Look at what? I took a photo of you. You're a mod, by the way. He's a mod, by the way. You see this? He's a mod, by the way. See, that's why I hate Canadians, man. That's all. The only Canadian I respect is Drake. DK's like top 5. That guy was faking echo monitors and all that. Oh, I'm an echo monitor. Toronto PD says that's just a stunt. We never gave him that shit. DK's a cloud chaser, bro. Dick rider, bro. He's a mod, by the way. I'm about to strip your shit, nigga.
Just feeling the moment. The raw, natural creativity made the track feel alive, unpredictable, and it gave people something to latch onto and turn into memes. However, while The Box was exploding, Justin Bieber dropped his new single Yummy on January 3rd, 2020, and a full.
Let me ban you real quick. Let me ban you right now. Type in chat again. I'm gonna ban you. Lame ass nigga.
At that point, The Box was already on its way to number 1, but Justin Bieber was plotting how to snatch the top spot from Roddy Ricch by any means necessary. Bieber and his team went all out trying to force it to number 1, posting guidelines telling his fans to buy the song multiple times. Stream it while you sleep, he said, and even reposting fan accounts that
I remember when he did this shit.
Use VPNs to manipulate streams.
No cap,
BCs. Just 2 songs competing. It felt like a battle between authenticity and desperation. I mean, Justin Bieber practically had his hands out like, yo, please stream my song. Please stream my song. Meanwhile, Roddy Ricch stayed quiet, at least in the beginning. But as Justin's tactics got more desperate, Roddy pulled a reverse psychology move, telling his own fans to go stream Justin's song in the middle of the battle. Despite that, Roddy eventually secured the number 1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. In the eyes of the internet, Roddy became the underdog.
If you guys love what you love, bro, if people love what you're making, bro, no matter what the next man trying his hardest, you can still beat him, bro. Just be you, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Don't try and be nobody. Don't be like Polo G trying to be Tupac, bro. Just be Polo G, bro.
When The Box went up against Justin Bieber's record for the number 1 spot, it wasn't just about music. It was a battle between authenticity and desperation. Justin's team was doing everything they could to manipulate the charts, while Roddy stayed silent and let the song speak for itself.
Bro.
That moment created a wave of hype
telling you,
around
just
Roddy
you
Ricch,
versus you,
not
bro.
just as an artist, but as someone people generally wanted to win. But the thing about hype is it can create expectations that aren't always easy to live up to. Roddy had just beaten one of the most famous pop stars on the planet, and he did it by keeping it organic and playing
Ambro's
it cool, rap, almost unheard of.
Always outsells rap most
pop
time,
stars
bro.
when it comes to numbers, but somehow Roddy Ricch pulled it off. Please excuse me for being antisocial.
Bro was authentic, bro. It was just Roddy
one of the
Ricch,
biggest
bro.
debut albums by a young rapper in recent years. And at the same time, The Box spent 11 weeks at the number 1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. However, this is where things started to change for Roddy. After the release of the album, he took his...
You know DK and Roddy Ricch the same height, right? DK's like 5. How tall is Roddy Ricch? Let's find out. Cap. 5'4". Yeah, DK and Roddy Ricch literally the same height. Roddy Ricch cap. 6 foot. Start the cap. Start the cap.
Off the gas. Between November 2019 and at the end of 2020,
niggas
Roddy
be lying, bro. Niggas go on Wikipedia and edit their height, bro. He is not 6 foot, bro. I'm taller than him, bro. My girl taller than him.
He was featured on a few records during that period, like Walk 'Em Down with NLE Choppa, which became a pretty big record, Gifted with Cordae, and the Lemonade remix. But as far as his own solo material,
I think I did. Never mind, I heard this song.
Fairly quiet. After the success of Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, the pressure on Roddy to perform was sky high. Fans weren't just excited, they were patiently waiting for the next classic, a project Roddy himself described as a masterpiece. In the summer of 2021, Roddy kicked off the rollout by dropping Late at Night, but the release felt underwhelming to a lot of people. Roddy hadn't been active for over a year and a half at this point, and when he finally came back, it didn't feel like he was coming with the same energy that made fans fall in love with him in the first place. Roddy has set the bar almost impossibly high with Please Excuse Me, a project a lot of people called a no-skip album. And honestly, Roddy's debut album was, I feel like, undeniably was fire. Like, it was great. 10 out of 10, at least to me, okay? So when Live Life Fast finally dropped on December 17th, 2021, it felt like Roddy missed the mark by a mile. The project got a lukewarm response from the public and moved 62,000 in its first week, a significant drop in numbers compared to how well Please Excuse Me performed. A big part of what's always made Roddy Ricch special was the emotion and hunger behind his music. On Live Life Fast, however, that passion was definitely missing. Instead of the raw, heartfelt songs fans expected, the project felt rushed, like Roddy had lost some of the fire that made people connect with him in the first place. It wasn't just people that thought the album wasn't that good. Fans started questioning if Roddy had
punch a fan right. That's short man syndrome, man. You gotta understand,
by this point, the narrative around Roddy Ricch had shifted. People were saying
I'm a flop now. Shit,
still,
crazy.
Roddy didn't disappear completely. He kept feeding his fans between late 2021 and late 2022, dropping a few singles and a short EP that flew under the radar, and eventually the third edition of his Feed the Streets mixtape. But the momentum just wasn't there anymore. Feed the Streets 3 only sold 39,000 copies in its first week. It felt like Roddy's numbers were dropping with every single release. At this point, people just weren't that interested in Roddy Ricch anymore. Between not having any big songs recently, the disappointment of Live Life Fast, long periods of activity,
he got to drop a song like
faces
Down Below or
Roddy quietly got left behind. And that's kind of been the situation ever since. He's still active in music, but the last time he dropped a project was back in November 2022, which means it'll be 3 full years without an album by the end of this year. During this time, Roddy's dropped a few singles here and there, but most of them have flew under the radar. One of the few exceptions is Survivor's Guilt, a very impressive song where Roddy opened up about where his mind has been ever since his decline in popularity. On the track, he directly addressed the fall-off, talked about his battles with addiction, and touched on personal struggles like dealing with childhood.
Why wouldn't
listening to the song?
Why wouldn't every rapper become big? They want to do lean. Why, bro? Why y'all want to do lean, bro? Put the cup down, bro. Put the cup down, bro. Why, when y'all become big, why don't you guys hit the gym? Become gym bros or some shit. Please put the cup down, bro. Please, bro. I'm begging you, bro. Be the Pac-Man. Put the cup down, bro. Please, bro. Baby Trump. Put the V. Lucky, bro. All you Detroit niggas, bro. Put the cup down. Flint niggas. Put the cup down, please, please. I'm begging of you, bro. Put the cup down.
Song, obviously, it's clear that Roddy has been, dealing with a lot behind the scenes that people just don't really know about, right? Going from being on top of the world one day to fighting to keep momentum the next, that kind of shift definitely has to weigh heavy on you. I think the biggest reason for Roddy's decline can be traced back to the perceived drop in quality of his music. And perceived is the key word here, because his core fan base still supports him. But the world at large discovered Roddy during a time when everything was hitting at once. Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial wasn't just good, it was excellent.
It was great.
And because of how high he set the bar with that album, the expectations for what came next
they were not here when it was
why Roddy Ricch was popular anymore could be as simple as this.
It was not there,
this is someone
bro.
who had an extremely strong debut, but when the momentum from that album built up, he didn't fully capitalize on it. And by that being the long periods of inactivity after Please Excuse Me. But Roddy isn't the first rapper to blow up massively and lose that attention. This is obviously pretty common. Even the most talented artists go through it. The good thing for Roddy is that he made enough of an impact early on to the point where his name still holds weight. Even if he's not at the forefront right now, he still has a great foundation to keep building on. Roddy's currently working on his next album titled The Navy Album. We don't know exactly when it's dropping, but it could end up being the moment that changes everything for him again. At the end of the day, I think Roddy is a very talented artist, and personally, I believe he has what it takes to make a comeback. I like Roddy, but of course, time will tell. If you made it this far, drop a little like on this video. If you're new here, my name is Blackie Speaks. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you for subscribing. What do y'all think about this topic surrounding Roddy Ricch? I mean, I'm sure most people have heard about Roddy, and it's kind of...
Roddy's good, bro. I miss my goal, bro. I gotta play, bro. I gotta play my song from Roddy Ricch, bro. This shit made me wanna cry, bro. Come on, Roddy Ricch, bro. I believe in you, son.